Hello everyone. Can you all hear me? I think you can. Please let me know. And welcome to possibly looking at stuff or just chatting at the shit. How are we all today? We're getting spoiled with Too Lazy. I was thinking of going with Alan Wake 2 today, but I thought I haven't got the head energy today for doing the puzzles all by myself. So I thought we'd just chat about stuff, maybe look at some stuff, and just chat absolute balls. Because I like that. But welcome everyone. Audio is fine. Awesome. Because my audio's been playing up lately. It's a bit annoying. Where's the top of my head gone? There you go. I'll say my hellos in a bit now. In a bit. Sorry. Just before I put the camera on, I just let out a big yawn, and I'm still trying to yawn. I'm trying to fight the urge to yawn right now. It's not gonna work. Sorry. I was fighting it. And I could not let it go any longer. But anyway. God. Money D, welcome. Mr. Prison, how's it going? Blue Sky Lisa, welcome. Brent Mackey, how's it going? Hey D, welcome. Sir Pomp, how's it going? Michael Sporto, welcome. Blue Sky Lisa, welcome. Steve Field, how's it going? Vicky H, sup. Jenny J, how's it going? And welcome. Mish Bobs, welcome. Sugar Plumps, welcome. Susan Hornby, how's it going? Mike Larry, sup. We'll get to that now. Chrissy Rob, how's it going? Cameron Templeton, welcome. Nucking Foots, welcome. Paula Williams, how's it going? Giselle L, welcome. Miss Kelly, how's it going? I can feel myself yawning again now, sorry. Leon the Cleaner, welcome. Mrs. Prism, how's it going? Brian Yates, welcome. Craig Adams, how's it going? Double K, how's it going? Shane Bolt Paravet, welcome. Double K, welcome. Jody, how's it going? I think I have everyone. Yes, I do. Sorry, wait. I am fighting the urge. I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh, sorry. I don't know what's going on. I was fine before I pushed the live button. I was up till 1 a.m. this morning, man, watching The Expanse Season 2. I just thought I'd tell you that. It could be that. I don't know. Bad to the Bone, welcome. Celtic Queen, how's it going? CRL, welcome. But anyway, how are we all today? I thought we'd chat about whatever we want and or look at some UFO clips. Because I'm interested in some UFO stuff lately. And the Buga Sphere, what do you all think of that? I think it's a machine-tooled, man-made thing myself. But I haven't looked too much into it, you know, so. Had a weird dream about MrGrey last night. It was an Alan Wake dream, and then I ate filet mignon in a library with a black cat sitting behind me. That sounds like the best dream ever to me, if I'm honest. The Buga Sphere, is that what you said? I did say the Buga Sphere. It's not pronounced the Buga Sphere. I believe it is pronounced the Buga Sphere. B-U-G-A. Thank you very much. Not the Buga Sphere. It's different. That's something different. I've not heard of this. Really? You've not heard of the sphere? Bloody hell. The bogus sphere. Yeah. There's now also a bogus rod. Really? Really? The bogus rod? How do you spell that? Is it spelled like you just said? Rod Evans. That's not right there. The Buga rod? Oh no, never mind. The Buga orb. Yeah, we'll have a look at some stuff now. John O'Neill, welcome. Brent Mackey, I don't know if I said hello, so I'll say it. No. I had a dream one where MrGrey was chasing me like a secret agent. I used to do a lot of crime fighting in my sleep because I used to wake up with like bruises on my fists, my arms. I was clearly crime fighting in my sleep or something. Either or punching walls. I don't know. I reckon I was crime fighting. So it could have happened. That's made up. What? The bogus rod? I'll put. Oh, okay. Yeah, post it in Discord. We'll have a look now. Posted it in MrGrey video Discord. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What is this bogus rod I just heard about? Where have you put it? Video Discord. Oh, there it is. Right, sorry. I completely missed it. Right. I'll load it up. We'll have a look now. Okay, good. By some guy called James. 10 days ago. I'm going to say this is real, what we're about to watch, but yeah. Demonics Gen, 3 a.m. 3:04 a.m. this morning, apparently. I think. Anybody want to go to work for me tonight? Sir Pomp, I don't want to go to work tomorrow, so I just don't want to go to work in general, if I'm honest. Craig Adams, thank you for the 25 months membership. Very much appreciated. What did you think of the end of Alien Earth? I really enjoyed Alien Earth. I watched the final episode yesterday morning in bed. I enjoyed it, but I knew, obviously, they were going to... There was no way they were going to wrap up all the storyline in one season. There was no way. The way they were going. And obviously, there was going to be a cliffhanger. But I did enjoy the final episode, but I think they should have had an extra 20 minutes or so to wrap up at least some of the parts of the story, because they wrapped nothing up. They wrapped no storylines up whatsoever. I think they needed an extra 20 minutes and not cut it off where they did, if you ask me. But I still enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to the second season. Loving the old classic game systems in the background makes me feel old. Yes. I still love them. I got more in the other room. Just can't be asked to display them. Can't talk about my dreams in public. I generally have levitation and flying dreams. Do you know what the kind of dreams I have quite often? It's weird. I'm swimming in an endless ocean at night, by the way. And I'm perfectly calm, and I can go like hundreds of feet underwater and do all these kinds of bloody moves and all that. And I'm just on my own. There's nothing in the water. I'm just swimming in a vast ocean at night. In a calm ocean, I should say. I've had that quite a lot over the years. The last time was probably about 4 months ago. Anyone want to tell me what that means? I have other kind of bizarre dreams as well, but that's one that always crops up lately. Crow Judas, welcome. How's it going? When will there be another hiking video? I love seeing views of the valley, mountains, and waterfalls. I mean, the weather's been pretty good today. I've just been doing other stuff today, but most of the day lately, for the last few weeks, it's been pissing down with rain. So I can't wait to get back out and hiking. I cannot wait. So hopefully soon. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Snappy, welcome. Thankfully, edibles keep me from remembering my dreams. I love remembering my dreams. I had a bit of a depressing one this morning, which I'm not going to go into. But I say this morning, last night. But I do remember. I always remember my dreams. I can remember dreams from years ago. I can remember them from weeks ago, days ago. No, like they always fade out. I always remember my dreams. I used to write them down as well. I have to sleep to have dreams. Oh God. That's how I meditate. I visualize more of a pond. Oh no, that my dreams is a vast ocean of nothingness. What does that tell me about my brain? It means you feel overwhelmed. What, in a vast ocean of nothingness at night? I always feel pretty calm when I'm swimming through the ocean, mind. In the dream I'm talking about. So I don't know. I always had the dream I'm swimming deep in the ocean with all the sea animals and fish. It always feels so real. Yeah. I have had some dreams, mind, where I'm in the same ocean. And thankfully this hasn't happened for a while. Where I can't breathe all of a sudden. But I think either my tongue is going into the back of my throat when I'm sleeping, or I'm muffled into my bloody pillow, or I'm suffocating myself, and I wake up. I've only had that a tiny amount of times. I can't breathe in my dreams, and then I wake up, and it's probably because I'm suffocating myself with my pillow. Roger Bowie, welcome. It just sounds like a way for you to de-stress. Maybe. Mr. Prism, I have really disturbing dreams, really horrible stuff. It's only like a handful of times over the years I've had really disturbing, horrible dreams. I have dreams which proper put me on a downer the first hour I wake up. Because it's like I'm remembering from years ago. But, I don't know. A sleep apnea. Yeah, it could be. Could be Crow. I remember as a kid having a dream I was swimming in a lake, wound up wet in bed. Luckily, I haven't done that. Although I have woken up absolutely busting for the toilet. And before I've woken up, I've dreamt that I'm like drinking water or something. It's just not good. I've probably come close. I'm always on the beach on a tropical island. I never get to swim. Perfectly comfortable with it. I also have a fear of drowning. I mean, I think we all have a fear of drowning, let's be honest. I definitely do. Jano, welcome. Stu Farrell, welcome. Dean Bailey, I can't see your name now, but I did see you pop up just now, so welcome. Roger Bowen, I don't know if I said hello, so I'll say it again. Have a dream we're trying to go home, start through a park, then onto a road. The direction keeps changing and I get lost. The more I try to find my way, the more everything changes. Lost. I like, a couple of weeks ago, I had a dream that I didn't do my homework in time for school. I left school about almost 30 years ago now. I still have those dreams. I once dreamt I was eating my pillow, and when I woke up, I have a giant marshmallow. Do you know what I've been doing lately? Which I've actually been sleeping really better from. I grind my teeth, right? The dentist has told me I grind my teeth, and I gotta get these things done, which I keep meaning to go back for, right? And they said you need to get a mouth guard. To stop you from grinding your teeth. And I said, I've tried this bulky one. I couldn't sleep with it. Anyway, I bought this mouth guard 4 weeks ago. I molded it all into my thing, in my teeth. And I slept like an absolute baby. And I woke up the most refreshed I have woken up in a long time. And I've been using the mouth guard now every night when I go to sleep. I've got used to it now, thankfully. I don't notice it. I just go to fall asleep really good. But a few times I have woken up, chewing on it, thinking I'm eating something. And then, oh shit, no, it's my mouth guard. It's happened so many times. I'm almost eating my bloody mouth guard, and my biggest worry is I'm going to bloody choke on it. But I've always woken up so far when munching on it, you know. So I've been lucky. But it has helped me sleep. My sleep has improved massively over it. Fair play. Hey, Mr. Grey, speaking of aliens, what about the kid that called 911 with aliens in his backyard? Isn't it odd that the cop caught a green orb flying through the sky right before the call was made? Wasn't that like about 4 or 5 years ago? I do remember that. From what I could tell with the footage, nothing was ever shown. Apart from the cop was turning up to someone saying they saw something in the back garden. That's all I ever saw of that. Melvin, welcome. People don't have a fear of drowning, but a fear of suffocating. Oh, yeah, definitely, I think. I've been knocked out through suffocation. from a rear naked choke. The first time it happened, it is not fun at all, and you feel like you're about to die. It's horrible. And I've actually almost drowned as well. And my sister had to save me. I was very young. But yeah, it's not cool. I'm usually driving a bus in my dreams, a little bus full of weirdos. I hate the ones where you're trying to walk, but you float uncontrollably instead. I sometimes have ones where I'm running and I'm barely moving. Those ones. And I think that's like an anxiety dream, I think. I can't remember now. Recently I had a dream about fishing dismembered, rotten body parts from a lake. I don't want to know what it means. God. Dragon Ranger, welcome. My dreams are always in a bit back rooms, like, oh, really? And you can't read anything in your dreams. Well, I've read about that, not in a dream, but I'm pretty sure I've read things in a dream. Or my only way of thinking about it is if you look at a book in your dreams, you can't read it, but your brain interprets yourself reading something, even though you can't read it. I don't know. I'm not a brain expert, you know. Hang on, sorry, I missed stuff, don't I? Anyone have dreams where they're driving and the brakes and the gas don't work, but thankfully I never crash? Same happens while I'm riding my bike in my dreams. I can't stop. Literally last week I had a dream I crashed my car. I have crashing car dreams quite a lot. I don't know what that means, but yeah, I always in such relief when I wake up from those dreams. Because I don't want to crash my car. My light just fell. That means something. One sec, sorry. Shit. I'm tangled. There you go. How'd you make it to adulthood? Who, me? I don't know. Just went with the flow. That seems really bright now. Why is it so bright? God. There you go. Does anyone ever dream there's someone completely different in a dream? No, but I'm about to tell you. I might have mentioned this on video years ago. I'm going to tell you a really disturbing dream, which I'll never forget. And it felt so real. I had probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago. I wasn't someone else. But in my dream, it's going to make me sound like a maniac now, this is, right? In my dream, in my little town where I've grown up, right? In my dream, it was at night, and I was running around the town at night on all fours. Not so much stalking people, but watching people from a distance. And in my head, I was like in a wolf state. I can't explain it. It was the most real dream I've ever had. I was basically running around like a wolf around my town at night. Not attacking anyone, I'd just like to add. But just like sort of watching people from a distance and then going into the shadows and then coming back out. I've never had a dream like that before. Like I said, I have some bizarre bloody dreams. I've never had a dream like that since, nor before that. It was really weird. No, I wasn't naked, Jen. Well, I don't think I was anyway. But that's all I remember. I was running around town at night on all fours, like a wolf. Oh, so weird. So weird. It felt so bloody real. I've had dreams where I'm driving full speed into a wall or something. It's weird because I don't have a car and I can't drive. Bloody hell. Whoever was following you up the stairs the day knocked the light off. I don't know, Anne. I don't know. I think it was my shoulder, actually. I almost drowned too. Mate capsized his dinghy and foot. Got tangled in the rope and you hauled the dinghy ashore. The water Brinbach Park was very murky and tasted like shit. Bloody hell. I have loads of dreams that I'm disappointed to wake up. Only some of them dreams I've had. Dandalf dreamt he was a cryptid. Possibly. Do you remember your first dream you ever had as a kid? No. I highly doubt it. But I've said this before. I always remember the first, no, not the first, but the recurring nightmare I used to have as a kid. I still remember to this day. I've mentioned it before. And I think I used to have this from the age, I'm going to guess from the age of like 6 years old up to like 9 or 10 years old. And I think I discovered why I used to have this dream. But the dream I used to have, a recurring dream as a kid, I was in this bright lit white room. White walls, white ceilings, everything. And I was standing in the room, in the middle of the room, and the other side of the room was a table, like a countertop, with a woman standing behind it. She had sort of long dark hair. The hairs on my neck are just going up right now, just thinking of it. She was always looking at me, smiling, knitting a mask. I've mentioned this before, but I'll never forget it. She's knitting a mask, looking up at me and smiling, looking back down at the masks, knitting the mask. And then all of a sudden the mask flies up into the air and then knits itself to her face, and I always used to wake up. And that's the recurring nightmare I used to have as a kid. And it wasn't until years and years later, I think I figured out why I used to have that dream. At that age, I think Superman 3 was out. Or had been out for a while, I can't remember. Another one with, what's his bloody name now? The comedian. Can't remember his name now. Richard Pryor. That one? I think it was that one. Superman 3. Where you had that brother and sister who were the main villains in the film. And near the end, when they're at the evil lair, you know, the sister gets caught up by this, AI robotic machinery, and starts sewing the wires into her face and clamping metal to her face. And I think that's possibly where I got that nightmare from, because it was around about that time Superman 3 was out. I only thought about that years later, mine. At the time, it scared that fucking crap out of me. But that was my recurring nightmare. Thankfully, I hadn't had it for a while. You sure you weren't sleepwalking? What, you mean the wolf thing? I bloody hope not, because I probably would have got arrested. I've never had a dream come true till the day that I found you. I used to have recurring dreams as a kid, but never as an adult. Nightmares I did as a kid, but now as an adult, like I said, that one I have quite often is the swimming in the vast ocean at night. Weird. I either don't dream or just don't remember them. Apparently everybody dreams, but not everyone can remember them. I think you always dream, Anne. I know you have to be in REM sleep to dream, but I'm pretty sure everyone at some point in the night dreams. They just don't remember them. If you still remember a childhood dream, it had a message for you. Carl Jung said that. Well, I've mentioned before a couple of dreams in the past I've had where I thought this means something. But it didn't. I think I mentioned before, I had a dream. When did I have it? Not that long ago. I mean, as an adult, like probably about 10, maybe 15 years ago. I can't remember now. But my grandfather, he passed away in the mid-80s. And he was a major in the army. He left the army as a major. He fought in World War II. I remember him as a kid. Obviously, when I was a kid, he was in his 80s. And that's how I knew him back then. But obviously, growing up, I've seen photos of him when he's like in his 20s and his 30s in his military uniform. And I remember a dream I had a few years ago. I was in this tunnel, like a bunker tunnel. Again, a brightly lit bunker, domed half moon tunnel. And my grandfather was down the end of the corridor in his military uniform as his younger self. And there was these bunker doors at the end, and he's standing by, and he's like, "Dan, come here, I want to show you something." And the feeling I had in the dream, it wasn't anything bad. The feeling I had in my dream, I was like, "Oh, he's about to show me something which is going to change my life for the better." And this was in my dream. And he said, "I'm going to show you something behind these doors, and it's going to change you." He started opening the doors. This light came from behind the doors, and I woke up. I never got to see what was behind those doors. I'll never forget that bloody dream. In fact, I wrote it down somewhere. I probably got it on like a word notes somewhere because I wrote it down years ago, and I've always saved that one. And I never figured out what was behind those bloody doors. It's really weird. And it's mad because, like I said, I only had this dream about 10, maybe 15 years ago, and my grandfather died in the mid-80s. He was 83 years old, and I was probably like 6 or 7, maybe 8 years old when he died. It's weird. Bloody weird, honestly. Dreams are nuts. Recurring nightmare I have is the alien facehugger attack me. Oh god, that would end me. I hate facehuggers. I like the dreams where I eat so much dessert and chocolate and drink so much wine and I don't get sick or drunk. And then there's the vampire and zombie dreams of me flying away. The only zombie dreams I've ever had is me hacking them with swords. I think I was playing a lot of zombie video games at the time, so yeah. Steve, welcome. Raven, welcome. Sorry if I missed people coming in, by the way. MrGrey is Atlantean. I wish. It's like, we all wake up 2 or 3 times, but we don't remember it exactly. We do. I had night terrors as a kid and messed up dreams as an adult. I never had night terrors, but I did have the, what's it called? Sleep paralysis a few times. I haven't for a couple of years now, but I used to have them. Oh, excuse me. If dreams mean something, what did it mean when I dreamt I was Marge Simpson Barbie? I don't know. My best friend never remembers her dreams. She does sleep talk. I apparently sleep talk. I used to get told I would sleep talk a lot. And a few times I've actually woken up, sitting up in bed. And like, what the hell am I doing? I have huge wild dreams in full colour and sound. Sometimes I like watching a movie with the whole plot in it. Yeah, Leanne, me too. Sometimes my dreams, like you said, are like a film. Like I'm being like, I can't explain it. Like I'm not filming the film, but it's acting out like a film. You know, with bloody wide angles and pans and stuff. It's really weird. As Freud said, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Used to have a radio alarm clock and I had loads of dreams where people would just start singing or talking like a DJ. A while back, I dreamt my son fell from a high tower. In the dream, he survived. I woke up having a panic attack. I bet, yeah. You know, it would have just turned into an episode of Bullseye or something. All my nightmares are about my kid getting hurt or stolen. Yeah, I bet. Happy Sunday, Lee! I'm definitely not. Well, I don't think I'm Atlantean, Dean. I sleep laugh. I dreamt an entire day of school once, and it only became apparent it was a dream when at the end a walker from War of the Worlds turned up. I often dream I'm coming to the end of a work day as well. I'm getting ready to pack up from work and go home, and then I wake up to go to work. They're the worst, I think. They are the bloody worst. Gingy, welcome. I've had dreams where I solve crimes and use proper logic, also made up jokes that aren't bad. I've also had dreams, right? And again, they feel so bloody real. And I've had these a few times as well. Probably the last time I had it was, I don't know, I reckon it was this year I've had this kind of dream where I've time travelled back to when I was a kid. And I was seeing people from when I was a kid at the age I am now. And like, saying, oh yeah, this is going to happen in the future, this is going to happen. And then I wake up. And I've had that dream quite a few times where I've time travelled back to the past. Of my own past, I mean. It's really bloody weird. I love dreams that are a break from this reality. I agree, Brenda. I sleep talk and I wave my arms around a lot. Only weird thing happened to me in my sleep is I woke up choking and coughing and unable to breathe. Like I said, I've woken up from suffocating myself, where I can't breathe in the dream and I've woken up. But like I said, I'm probably choking on my bloody pillow or something. I snored so badly when I was pregnant, I woke up the whole ward. Bloody hell. Special Ed, welcome. 40 years after being a paperboy, I still occasionally dream that former customers call me at home asking where their paper is. Is the dream I struggle to remember which houses I delivered to. I think they're probably stress dreams, isn't it? Like me with dreaming I haven't done my homework for school when I haven't been in school for 30 odd years. Or just about 30 years. They're probably stress dreams, you know. What the hell is that? I thought I had a bug in it, it's not. It's probably something to do with stress and anxiety, those kind of dreams, where you're late for something, somewhere you haven't been for like 30, 50, 60 years, and you still dream of them. I had a friend who ate in his sleep, no food, he was just chewing on nothing. All of us friends sat around watching him laughing. I sleep and I get up and do stuff. One night I dreamt that I was thirsty and had a drink of milk. I got up in the morning to find the fridge open and the milk sitting on the counter. Nice, at least you had that milk. Masato K, welcome. I've had sleep paralysis and it's the worst. Yeah, it's horrible. Edward McCrindle, welcome. Mind processing stress, yeah. I think that's what most dreams are, aren't they? Probably. I dreamed I killed a spider with my fist. Woke up, there was a dead spider all on the wall. Bloody hell. I'm not going to mention it because I'm probably fucking dreaming it. But I've had a dream. I'm going to mention it. No, there's things I don't like. I really don't like. I sometimes found in my bloody kitchen at night. I have actually had dreams where I'm covered in them. I have not had them for a long time. But it makes me shiver every time I think about it. TikTokers, yes. Agony Goose. I eat in my sleep, have scared my significant other plenty over the years. I had a nightmare Keir Starmer was a good Prime Minister. David James, welcome. I had a dream about me eating a giant marshmallow, woke up and my pillow was gone. I dreamt I ate a sheep and when I woke up my pillow was... Sure, I just read that. I dreamt once I was peeing on a pumice of strawberries and told my mate, and he pointed out there was a magazine on the floor outside the toilet with a big pic of a strawberry on the back. That's amazing. I dreamed that I invented a song and woke up singing it. The song All Around My Hat was... My ex told me it was already a song. I was gutted afterwards, thought I created a banger. I have that same nightmare, you know. Now, before we go further, I have so much to say about politics, but please do not mention it in the chat, because if I go off, I will fucking not stop, and I'll probably lose half of you. Right, so please leave politics out of the chat, if at all possible. Thank you very much. Because I have a lot to say, but I won't. For the people in the chat. Right? Politics, yes. Dreams are fun and all, but what about the UFOs? Mr. Prism, you're right. Right, let's have a look at this bloody rod you sent me. So look at this rod you sent me. What's this? Right, let me check my headphones on. Oh no, I can't hear nothing. One sec. I literally can't hear nothing. What have I done? Hang on. Oh, there you go. That was weird. Right. So this now, who sent it? Mr. Prism, you sent this to me. What's it called? What did you call this again?
Guys, here it is again. I just got home. It's really reflective, so I'm gonna try to not reveal myself in the reflection when I show you all the markings. So here's this side. And I'm still not touching it with my hand because I think it is dangerous or radioactive or something.
Mr. Prism, what have you sent me here? What have you sent me?
It's really smooth. There's that hexagram. Which, yeah.
Is that a pentagram or a star, David? I never know the difference myself.
I agree, it doesn't...
That's not a comment on anything going on, mate. I genuinely don't.
I can tell you I didn't make it. Like a triangle in the middle with 2 lines.
Star, David, right, okay.
And it's essentially
Illuminati vibrator
but
confirmed. I
markings
think
are
so,
slightly
Stu.
different, like the words on the side. Let me find that other... Oh, there it is. Okay, guys. I guess that marks...
So this was made in a machine shop, yeah? Well, Annalise, welcome, by the way. What have you sent me?
Okay, guys, I have an AM station set to this radio. An old crappy radio I found in my garage, just full of dirt and stuff, but this is about as far as I can get from it.
That's the rod there, is
without
it?
doing anything crazy.
Mama Geek, welcome.
Yeah, I moved it back to the basement to make it more secure in the concrete walls here. And yeah, I'll bring it closer and show you guys kind of what goes on. You can already hear it starting. And it seems to... I've already tested it, so I know what it's going to do, but on the ends there, it seems a little more...
How new is his account? 2016 September. Okay. Okay. That's the bogus rod, apparently. Which I'm gonna say he made myself. You know? Where's his first video about it? That's what I want to know. What's this?
So I have it in this box
Hang on, sorry.
here outside of my car, just to be safe. When I get close to it, I almost feel like throwing up. It's kind of weird, but...
I don't know, you was fondling there earlier.
It seems like the thing is... It seems like it's alive.
ARG, yes, Stu. I'm going to agree with you on this one.
It's vibrating in patterns, and it's vibrating weaker and weaker each time, so... if I die, know that I did not commit suicide. I would never do that.
He's so dramatic. He's so bloody dramatic.
I'm gonna try to bring this thing home and uncover the truth, no matter what it is. I don't care.
Hang on, where's the video of him bringing it home in? One second. I don't know why I'm bloody watching this now, because... there you go. 11 days ago.
Okay, I'm driving home with this thing right now. I was thinking about getting one of those lead blankets for it, because I think it's probably radioactive or something.
See, no, obviously it's an ARG, but he sort of... he ruined his own narrative right there. Now, apart from what I'm gathering, he found this rod on wherever the hell his truck was right there. This mysterious phallic-shaped metal rod, right? And then on the second video, he's on his way. I'm going to get some lead shielding because it's probably radioactive. Why would you assume it's radioactive? Unless that's the narrative you want to take to your little ARG. That's my opinion on that. Who sent me that? Mr. Prism. Mr. Prism, it was you, wasn't it? You sent me that. Why didn't he show a video of him handling it and where it was... Exactly, the Matrix. Exactly. But that's what I'm going to say about that. But I appreciate it. He shook a radio at it. Of course it's radioactive. Nice. Nice. Everything is radioactive, so it's a good guess. I mean, yeah, of course. But the way he's like, I'm going to have to have lead shielding. You know. Anyway, what's next? Right, what are we going to look at next? I want to look at this Buga Sphere. No, sorry, the Buga Sphere. That's what I want to look at. I've barely looked into this just from looking at it, it looks like it was made in a shop. A metal workshop, I mean, sorry. Machine tooled. That's what it looks like to me, just on my first viewing, if you know what I mean. Kenny Biddle, welcome. How's it going? How's your Domino's last night? Oh, Jody, I had this new one they've got there. I think it's called the Indian hot one or something. It was really bloody nice. It was really nice. I had it last night. And I ate it all in one, all by myself. Show Kenny Biddle that video. I wouldn't want to waste his time. But we're going to look at the Buga Sphere. Notice how clean it is, like brand new. Right, hang on. What's like Buga Sphere just emitted a second pulse. What researchers discovered is shocking.
In March of this year in Buga, Colombia, something extraordinary happened. A sphere UFO was captured.
A strange metal sphere in Colombia just pulsed for the second time. And
I know that guy. Wasn't he the guy who brought those ET aliens out on, what was it, in Mexico? To Parliament, wherever the Mexican version of the Parliament is. Wasn't that the guy then?
Found inside is beyond belief. Hidden layers
turned
of
out to be
unknown
movie
metals,
props.
tiny inner spheres, and a signal that bends the rules of physics are forcing experts to rethink everything they know about gravity and energy.
This fucking AI voice story annoys the shit out of me already. Pardon my language. I'm just so sick of hearing the same bloody voice all the time.
Is it a probe, a power source, or something even more dangerous? The mystery is deepening, and the truth could change our future. Let's discover. The second pulse, breaking the mystery wide open. The sphere pulsed again. Not once, but twice.
So, I can't watch that video. It's annoying me already. Where was the one with the scientists? I can't spell. I swear I can spell. God. Where's the first video of the scientists handling it, supposedly? Look at the lines. It's all done by a clucking crack heath. It 100% looks like a machine-tooled object to me. Man-made. 100%. It's the same guy there, look. UFO Buga Sphere recovered. Where did it go? Alan Wilkerson, thank you for the gifted membership. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Scientists are terrified. Quantum AI cracked open the Buga Sphere for the first time. And what does that title even mean? Quantum AI cracked open the Buga Sphere for the first time and couldn't survive what it saw. What does that title actually mean? I don't want to click on that, give him the views. Paradox detected. Existence is not logical. What the fucking load of shit. Pardon my language. That stuff makes me so angry to see that kind of clickbait bollocks. It makes me so bloody angry. I'm not going to go on about it, but it makes me angry. Sorry, I forgot to put that on. Honestly. Everything we know about this YouTube and TikTok mystery. Let's give it a go on.
Something very unusual would happen out near Buga, Colombia. Several people would witness...
Lee, thank you for the 8 months membership. Very much appreciated. Sneezing Monkey debunks it so well. I haven't watched it. I know who Sneezing Monkey is, but I haven't watched this stuff on Buga Sphere. So I don't
even film a strange metallic sphere floating casually across the sky before seeming to fall to the ground. Not only this, but another man out metal detecting in the mountains would hike down to retrieve it and soon handed it over to researchers. But what these researchers would end up finding...
See, now that's not actual footage there. Is that AI footage? Or is it something completely different? Because that's clearly not the Buga Sphere. So I'm going to say that's like B-roll stuff. Yeah, it's probably B-roll stuff.
He
actually
might just raise more questions.
So is that a real picture of whatever the hell it is? Is it? I'm trying to look at the symbols from it. I'm pretty sure 2 of them symbols is old Oh, what do they call it? What's the old language of the Vikings, Norwegians, and all that stuff? No, what's it? What are they called? What's the language called? I can't remember. But you know what I mean. There's no such thing as quantum AI. That title was ridiculous.
And answers. With that said, let's go ahead and look
Runes,
at
thank you, Lee. Runes.
everything we
yes.
currently know about the Buga Sphere.
The Zeta Files.
Just a couple of months ago, on March 2nd, at around 12:45 p.m., the first video would be filmed by a woman named Maria, who would comment on the strange object as the video progresses. She seems very curious about what it could be, and almost immediately states that there's no way it could be a balloon due to how it was floating around.
Why not? Why not? Couldn't it be a drone dressed up? Couldn't it? Or am I just being too skeptical now?
She would also say that the sphere seemed to glow different colors and overall looked metallic. To her, it seemed as if it moved deliberately, as if controlled, in different directions,
Wind?
zigzagging through the air. And the video would sit on her phone for the next few weeks
I love that poster, by the way. I'm just saying.
before it was uploaded to YouTube on March 26th, and then quickly became a sensation and was shared around the internet. At first, nobody even knew any details about this footage, where specifically it was filmed, who filmed it, or what the object could have even possibly
Cuneiform,
been.
yes.
All that anyone knew was that a strange metallic sphere had been filmed flying over somewhere in
That's all
Colombia.
that welcome.
That is until a few days later, when a second clip quickly started to spread across all corners of the web. This recording would show the sphere right above the person filming, but it seems to move off towards a nearby city fairly quickly. They watch it for a while, zooming in and out, and
It is
trying to
flying
get
like
it
a
from
drone,
different
mind.
angles. And as the clip proceeds, we see it start to slow down before losing altitude and quickly falling to the ground. Although this is all we would see in this clip, another video would surface showing a couple of men hiking down to the object to retrieve it. The man
I find it odd, mind, that the woman supposedly filming it was pretty damn close to it. Coming towards her, going away from her, watching it go down. But then she's not the one who goes and discovers it. It's a load of farmers, like a day or so later. I find that odd, that story myself. I find that story a little odd that that woman filming it wouldn't immediately see where it's gone, because it wasn't that far with her, far away, because that sphere is only that big. It's only the size of a basketball, or a bit bigger actually, a medicine ball we'll say. So she would have been really close to that. So why didn't she go check it out instead of just walking away? Oh right, it landed. Okay, I'm off. I find that bloody weird.
filming would claim that during the video you can see it cross some high voltage power lines, which caused a spark against the sphere and then caused it to fall to the ground. When he picked it up, it was fairly light, only weighing a couple of kilograms. It was also oddly cool to the touch and reminded him of a refrigerator. Choosing to remain anonymous,
investigate
this
that's
man, only
nameless.
known as Jose, strongly believed that this must be some kind of alien technology.
See, now, again, why would you immediately jump to this must be some alien technology I've never seen before? Why do you immediately jump to that? You know? They said it weighs 5 pounds, then they got another weight of 22 pounds. Really? So 2 different weights. The thing is, I've seen pictures of this a few times over the last few months now, and some of the pictures are different to what the others show. So I don't know.
The nearby town is soon identified as the mid-sized city of Buga, Colombia. Buga is a very old town,
See, Sierra, I was saying booga correctly, thank you very much.
and Jose claimed that he was using a metal detector in the mountains that day in search of treasure or ancient coins that were often buried in the nearby areas. Feeling that this discovery was out of his league, he decided to contact the team that made the metal detector, German company, and see if they could figure out what the object truly was. During this next video, we would now see the first images of the sphere up close. First, we see a picture of Jose holding the strange object. Next, we can see it on a scale, which now appears to show that it weighs about 10 kilograms.
Hang on, wasn't it 5 pounds or 22 pounds? Now it's 10 kilograms. Which one is it? Which one is it?
The sphere would then be given to Daniel Velez, an entrepreneur from Buga and a co-owner of a German company. They manufacture electromagnetic devices that
Hang on, sorry, I keep... Right, sorry, one sec. 1 second.
town, and Jose claimed that he was using a metal detector in the mountains that day in search of treasure or ancient coins that were often buried in the nearby areas. Feeling that this discovery was
I'm
out of
waiting
his
for the
league, he
B-roll
decided
again.
to contact the team that made the metal detector, German company.
Right, that there, that's B-roll then, yeah? That's got to be B-roll, isn't it? They showed this a few times, that has to be B-roll. But then when you go to the picture of that guy holding it, where is it? Oh look, right there.
Holding a blowtorch up to it.
It's got the same ridges. I don't know, maybe it's not B-roll.
Similar to this object, they concluded this must be some kind of unknown technology. They would then move on to some other basic tests that they were able to perform at their lab, which seemed to include holding a blowtorch up to it. They claimed that when it was exposed to fire over 400 degrees...
So wait, I'm sorry. I know I'm latching on to things which is not significant to what we're listening to right now. But I have to get my thought process out. So if that's B-roll, that right there, they're all in clean clothes. You know, for whatever reason, just in case, an alien object and all that. And then the next guy,
holding a blowtorch.
He's just blowtorching it with his bloody t-shirt on. So which is it? Is it radioactive or is it not? You know? King in the Yellow, thank you for the 9 months. Very much appreciate it. MrGrey baby, hope you might... Yeah, she's getting better. Thank you very much. Ghost Arena, welcome. Sorry if I missed coming in, by the way. It's just stuff blowing my mind right now.
Up to it. They claimed that when it was exposed to fire over 400 degrees Celsius, the object itself never even heated up. Then, a few days later, German company would also post a video of a young woman pouring water over the top of the sphere. They show how the water appears to evaporate, even though it doesn't feel hot to the touch at all. Velez said, "When I poured water on it, it started to smoke, and the water vaporized instantly." The team would also state that the weight...
What's that guy's name? Nicholas Velez? Is that his name? Sorry.
Light. But after searching and not finding anything similar to this object, they concluded this must be some kind of unknown technology. They would then move on to some other basic tests that they were able to perform at their lab, which seemed to include holding a blowtorch up to it. They claimed that when it was exposed to fire over 400
How do we
degrees
know that's
Celsius,
what
the
this
object
all
itself
looks like?
never even heated up. Then, a few days later, German company would also post a video of a young woman pouring water over the top of the sphere. They show how the water appears to evaporate, even though it doesn't feel hot to the touch.
He said a couple of kilos first, now 9.9 kilos, so the story's changing, as are the photos of the sphere. To me, it looks like 3 or 5... Exactly, Dragon Ranger. That's what I'm getting from this. There's a couple of different props they're using, which don't quite look the same as the others.
At all. Velez said, "When I poured water on it, it started to smoke, and the water vaporized instantly." The team would
German
also
company.
state that
What's
the
the-
weight seemed to vary throughout the day.
What's the name of that
It
guy
seemed
they were
much
saying, that
lighter than
Velez
they
guy?
would ever expect a solid metal ball to be.
They
to
heated
begin
up the
with.
ball, that's right.
It
I
was
think so,
always
though.
measured to be between 2 kilograms and 10 kilograms, even though they said it should be closer to 80 kilograms. Some researchers now even speculated that the sphere, although now damaged, could levitate.
So what is that? Oh, sorry. My big fat head's in the way. German company laboratory. Alright. 1 sec. German company laboratory. Laboratory. Sorry. I still spelled it wrong. Bloody hell. The GBA group, is that it? That's them, apparently. Is that them? The GBA Group umbrella brand unites a network of service companies with a focus on laboratory analysis, consulting and further services for the environment, food and pharmaceuticals. Why is it looking at the Buga Sphere? That's my first question. If I'm at the right company, I don't even know if I am, actually. Okay, so Buga Sphere. Okay, nothing about the German company, so that's got to be B-roll, but probably fixed to make it look like it's using testing the Buga Sphere. I don't know. I'm confused. Scientists have revealed the first X-ray images of the mysterious sphere. Which scientists, though? Who are these scientists? Dr. Jose Luis Velasquez, a radiologist who examined the sphere, reported finding no weld or joints. Right. Sorry, I'm on a bit of a rabbit hole now. Sorry. Was it Mexico? Sorry, I will get back to it. I have to. Interesting. It wasn't a... Oh, to select or make up a German... We meant to select or make up a German company. Probably. Right, there's that one there, but he's a cardiologist. It's not him. I'm not seeing anywhere... let's fucking click this guy. He's a cardiologist in Mexico. Interesting. Okay. I don't know. The only part his name is popping up is in the Daily Mail, which we all know that they are 100% accurate every single time. So I don't know. I want to know. Sorry. One sec. One last look. I have to know. Is that him in the thumbnail? No, it's not. I don't bloody know. I'd say it's a red flag straight away. Can't find this guy, this scientist guy, other than a cardiologist, because the radiologist. See, the only time you see that connected to that name is in UFO bloody sites. Radiologist Jose Luis Velasquez. And that's it. Hang on. Nice to see people interacting with the sphere instead of just photos. Oh, there's video. Alright, let's have a look. There's no sound for some reason. I don't know why there's no sound. So is that the guy? There's no... I don't know why there's no sound to this. Okay. Anyway. Let's go back to that video. You could spread these vids in your garden to help your flowers grow.
Tape before it crashed, and this is what was causing the varying weights. From early observations, the team believed that they might be able to reverse engineer the whole thing, and maybe even come across...
So is anyone... No. I was going to say do a... No, it's not going
to... a form of advanced technology. But they soon came to realize that this was not going to be an easy task, and it would take much more time than they had ever imagined.
Different sizes in these
really
videos.
Wanted to drill a hole and...
Yeah, right, so... It's... about medicine-sized ball there, right? So we'll keep an eye on the size. It's about a medicine-sized ball. We'll keep an eye.
A sphere and stick a small camera inside in order to see the innards, but many people would advise them against this.
Sorry if I missed you coming in, by the way.
Many were concerned about the contents and were worried that the team could at least contaminate it or at the most expose themselves to a toxic substance. Around this time, Velez would claim to have been contacted by the Colombian government and asked to hand over the sphere. But he would refuse.
A custom cannonball.
He said that he couldn't just give it over to the government because then the object would never be seen again. Soon, Velez, Jose, and the German company would all be flooded with emails and phone calls inquiring about this sphere. Some wanted to just find out more information, while others wanted to research it for themselves.
See, again, it instantly just looks like a machine-tooled man-made object. The way the grooves are beveled in the middle, the laser engraving on the surface. It all looks like stuff you can make right now. Yourself.
Velez would later say that Spain, Russia, and a couple of other countries had even offered to buy it from them. He would later state that he refused all of these offers because he wasn't interested in profit, and he really wasn't interested in giving some potentially dangerous technology into the
writing is from the movie Stargate. I was thinking about that, Ghost Mina, because I'm a big Stargate fan. Right, I don't think it is. Not quite.
Hands. The German company would then go dark for a couple of weeks, and the location and status of the sphere became a mystery. But soon it was revealed that he had given the strange object to a well-known UFO researcher named Jaime Maussan.
Now this guy, I do know who he is. He's the guy. Remember a couple of years ago, there was this big. I even made a video about it. There was this big conference about to be held in the Mexican. I'm gonna say Parliament. I don't know what it is in Mexico, unfortunately, right? But their equivalent of Parliament. And he's the guy who brought on those 3 long dead aliens, which looked like E.T. a bit, but they also looked like the aliens from what's that Christopher Walken film? Can't remember now. But yeah, this guy has been debunked so many times. I don't know if he actually believes what he's saying or he's genuinely trying to pull the wool over people's eyes. I have no idea. But yeah, this guy's does the rounds a lot in the UFO circles. Communion, thank you, Stu. Brilliant film, by the way.
Maussan first gained
Don't ask
international
mummies.
attention in 2017 when the alien
Oh, there you
mummies
go.
from Peru were making
I should have just
world
let the
news.
video play.
It seems that Velez and his company were quickly becoming overwhelmed with all this and decided to now ask world-famous Maussan what to do. He would tell them that to ease the pressure, they simply had to hand the sphere over to him and he would take on all of the inquiries.
He'd love that, wouldn't he? He'd bloody love that.
And this is exactly what they would end up doing.
There's that Germany company thing popping up again, look. There's that Germany company again. Sorry, one sec. German company, laboratory, logo. Excuse me. That's just a made-up company then, isn't it? It's got to be. For the video, like. German company. It's gonna come up with anything. Who calls their company German company? I want to find that logo right there. That's supposedly a branded logo of the German company, unless I just can't find it. Never hear that name. Obviously German labs. I don't know. That's the one thing which is bugging me the biggest in this.
They even posted a statement
supposedly
online
made-up company.
detailing how the German company no longer had possession of the sphere, and it and its employees now had nothing to do with the investigation moving forward. And this plan seemed to work too. Velez said the attention almost immediately gravitated
If you found the lost ark, would you just hand it over to the government? It belongs in the museum, Merlin. So no.
towards Maussan, who was already on his way to Colombia, and people would even send him messages saying that they were happy that he gave it to such a reputable ufologist. They all then met up in Cali, a city near Buga, and the sphere would be handed over. Maussan would even describe this as one of the most exciting trips of his life. At this time, Velez would be interviewed and even open up about how he had always wanted to see a UFO. He described that even though he had thought he had seen a few, they would always turn out to be something more ordinary like a balloon or lantern.
I don't want to go back in the video. Anyone know what his first name was? I know it's Velez, his surname, but I don't know. I can't remember his first name because I want to look this guy up. But I don't want to search through the beginning of the video again.
And he was very excited to see this sphere was different. Not only was it filmed by 2 people, but they also physically had it in their hands. He was, however, a bit disappointed that they no longer had possession of this object, but said that the company had to distance itself from topics like this. But after saying this, Velez and an employee of his would take this opportunity to show off one of their metal detectors around the sphere, and claim that it was reacting to some strong magnetic field that it was generating. During this interview, Velez would also talk about the experiments they had performed, as well as details about the man that had found it, details that aren't mentioned anywhere else. Velez would claim that Jose had actually become sick for about 3 days after he picked up the object. Musan would also interview Jose, who would reaffirm that the sphere looked to have gotten shocked by power lines before crashing to the ground. He would also add that the sphere appeared to...
So if the guy who discovered the sphere, in the first place, I think he was a farmer, the guy, he was sick for 3 days after handling it. So why ain't the other guy in the t-shirt not getting sick then? You haven't mentioned that. He hasn't mentioned that. I'm just saying.
To be blackened on about
I found
a
video
third
on
of its
X about the
surface,
farmer
but
who found
simply
out.
wiped
Black
off.
Medusa, if
In
you
the
can
end, Velez
let me know.
thought that the sphere was authentic, but said it wasn't up to him to decide anything, saying that it's now up to other researchers. He would also add that sending the object off to Mexico with Masan was the
Some
right
of them misfit
choice,
done in, by the way.
even insisting
I'm
that every
engrossed.
bit of credit for this case now go to him as well. Velez said,
Hang on. That looks different to the last time we saw it. I don't know. Maybe it's a blurry
well,
photo.
Velez said, anyone can watch something fly by, but to actually retrieve it and reveal it to the world, that's a different story. The object was then officially given to Musan, who said, the delivery of this sphere in
That was
my
a reveal.
care was a moment of deep honor and responsibility. He was pretty excited, later saying that the sphere must be studied on the highest level, adding that it wasn't just for the sake of curiosity, but for the sake of potential benefits it could give.
Where's the circuitry thing gone from the middle? Or is it just the lighting, maybe? It seems to be missing. Could be the lighting. Could be the lighting.
Benefits it could give humanity. Since in reality they really didn't know what the sphere was,
he's involved,
they
it's
didn't
fake.
claim it to be anything
I'm gonna say-
special
I'm gonna
and
agree
got
with
it
you,
out of
Ellie.
Colombia pretty easily. He would then call out to researchers in the US as well as the worldwide UFO community. They wanted to initiate investigations as soon as they possibly could, and not long after this, several investigators would come out saying that this sphere showed several signs of not being made by man. Once back in Mexico, this team would immediately start to research the object. They would first perform x-rays in hopes of learning more about the inside of the sphere. Pretty quickly, near the embedded chip in the sphere, they would come to see 16 microspheres between some of the outer layers. The microspheres do not appear to be placed in random patterns, leading the researchers to speculate that these are...
But again, look how messy those spheres, those microspheres are. You know, they're not uniform. Unless that may be just the radar thing. I don't know. I'm acting like I'm assuming this is bloody real, what they're doing. I'm going to say it's bollocks, but yeah.
points of the core chip. In all, it would seem that the sphere had 3 main layers, all made of some kind of metal material. However, they would find that the belt along the center of the sphere seemed to be made of something different, which...
I just read part of the description of one of the Germany company devices combines state-of-the-art technology with precision of dowsing. There you go.
strangely contained even more microspheres. They concluded that the microspheres must have been placed inside the whole object before it was all sealed up. The radiologist who examined the sphere, Dr. Valquez, would claim that during the investigation they would find no signs of welds, joints, or seams, and it appeared to show no visible signs of being created by humans. They would also find that out of all of the layers, the outermost seemed to be the most dense and was comparable to human bone density. He would also say that the center of the sphere shows a lower radioacoustic density than the edge, indicating that the inside may be much less dense or even possibly porous. Dr. Valquez would suggest that these readings could mean that the outer layer was made of a tougher material such as steel or titanium, but they would still need to do a full analysis to be sure. Dr. Valquez concluded, it is of artificial origin, in that it shows no evidence of welding, and its internal structure is composed of high-density elements.
The thing is, there's no evidence of welding. I'm assuming he's talking when he's looking inside. But the outside does have that beveled groove going all around it. Surely that's where the welding would be. Or maybe it's not welded. Maybe it's one of those... No, those... Have you seen those videos online of people like machine tooling, those little puzzle things which when they fit together they are seamlessly perfect? Maybe it's done like that. I don't. I'm
More
not
testing
a welding
is needed to
expert.
establish its origin. Another member of the team, David Roldan, would use a spectrometer on this roughly 20-inch across sphere and find that the outermost layer is actually 95% aluminum. They would also come to find that the temperature of this strange object varied quite a bit on different sections of the surface. The differences could be greater than 20 degrees Fahrenheit when the thermal...
So what do you say? The surface is 95% aluminium. I almost said bloody aluminum then, like bloody America. Aluminium. Is that what he said? 95% of the surface is aluminium? Which that is a process, isn't it? You know, creating aluminium is a process, isn't it? Or am I wrong? You know, could the Martians have created aluminium? I don't know.
thermometer appeared to only move an inch or two. What's even stranger is that these hotspots seem to move to different areas over time, leading them to
It's
believe
an
that
alloy,
something from
yeah.
deep inside must be producing the heat. A metallurgist, Alejandro Marin, would be next to research this sphere, and he would pretty quickly find that it was indeed mostly aluminum, with small amounts of iron and nickel. This composition and purity is actually pretty normal for aluminum sold across the world. Alejandro
It's okay
would
to
also
speak
test the
about it.
hardness of the surface layer, claiming that it too varied depending on where you perform the test. But even so, he said that the softer spots were still stronger than space-grade aluminum. In another test, he would move a large magnet around the object, showing that it would slightly react, which would be expected if it was made of several different metals. But bizarrely, when Alejandro went back to test the hardness again near the area he held the magnet to, he would find that it had become up to 1/3 softer than it had been previously. He would have no explanation for this phenomenon. Masson and his team would also perform a CT scan on the sphere, revealing more details of the innards. They first found that the second layer appears to be made
I just want some more scientists to look at it. If they are indeed who they say they are. It also has an extremely badly etched patterns and dubious lettering of an unknown language. Yeah. Alu is easier to work on. Soft. Aluminium, yeah, is softer than steel, I believe. I think. I don't know. Biggest mystery is where the guy's neck went.
of some kind of copper, but they couldn't be completely sure. Going a layer deeper in the scan, we can see a strange shape throughout the very center, and this shape seems to be in direct contact with the belt running along the center of the...
The hell is that? It's got a vase inside it. You mean real scientist? Yes, Corey.
sphere, leading many people to speculate that this shape is responsible for how it propels itself through the air. But unless it was broken or cut open, they felt that they
It's an
just
egg.
would never be completely positive what was inside of it. During the team's experiments, they would also come to find that the sphere occasionally broadcasted radio signals as well. It would do this for several hours at a time before...
I'm pretty sure most metal objects, or objects in general, have a very faint radio signal. Metal objects, at least, anyway. I'm not an expert on that, I'm just saying.
abruptly stopping the transmission. They weren't sure what it was broadcasting the signal for, but speculated that it may have been communicating to a larger craft higher up in the atmosphere or possibly even in space.
Complete, without any evidence whatsoever, pure speculation. That it could be contacting a mothership.
The team would also examine the strange surface characters of this object as well. On first inspection, they found the shapes and the symbols to be on a more porous section of the metal. It also seemed to have been manually engraved too, which...
Surely that should tell you something then. It's because it is messy engraving. I said earlier laser engraving, but it's not laser engraved. That's manually engraved, isn't it? Because look, it's messy lines. I'm sure if you chuck that in under a high intensity, what's it called? What are they called? The lab scopes. The word escapes me, but you know what I mean. Quick. Somebody insert it into my brain right now. I can't think of the word. Microscope. Thank you, The Matrix. God damn it. If you chucked it into a really high intensity microscope, you'd see all kinds of faults in those lines. Even just by visually looking at them, you can tell they were manually made. An electron microscope, probably, yeah.
Which was quite unexpected. These circles, triangles, half-moon figures, and what appeared to be unknown hieroglyphs looked to be some kind of message.
Now, that right there, I've seen that hieroglyph, or cuneiform, whatever you want to call it, in other languages. That one I've seen in other languages. That one there, hang on, you can't see my head. That one there that looks like almost a H with an arm on it, I've also seen that in other languages as well. So I think they've possibly used like a mixture of nonsense and other old ancient languages.
To many people. The team themselves would compare them to old runes
Oh,
and
there you go.
Mesopotamian writings. Using AI, they would attempt to decode this strange text, with the result reading, "The origin of birth through union and energy in the cycle of transformation, meeting point of unity, expansion, and consciousness, individual consciousness." Mason's team would then
Hang
say,
on now, wait. Let me just listen to what they were saying right there again. Did I just hear correctly there?
Mesopotamian writings. Using AI, they would attempt to decode this strange text, with the result reading, "The origin of birth through union
I did
and
hear
energy
correctly.
in the cycle of transformation, meeting point of unity, expansion, and consciousness."
So that is what supposedly AI translated all those runes into. The origin of birth through union and energy in the cycle of transformation, meeting point of unity, expansion and consciousness, individual consciousness. That sounds like something exactly ChatGPT would absolutely come up with.
Individual consciousness. Mason's team would then say that they understood this all to be a, quote, "message to humanity, encouraging a collective shift in consciousness to help Mother Earth." With the temperature, hardness, and radio emissions all seeming to be variable, the team says that the sphere needs to be investigated much further. At this point, Mason indicates the sphere will remain in Mexico for quite some time while researchers continue to perform tests on it. He states that this all could take months, years, or even longer if the object proves to be extraterrestrial, and he thinks it will. Mason's researchers, as well as many others online, speculate that the Buga Sphere is not a one-time discovery, with many countless other extraterrestrial events involving metal spheres being reported in the past. The team also thinks that the way the sphere flew indicated that it was
Typical New Age
monitoring
nonsense.
something and not just moving from a force of a natural phenomenon.
How does
Others
AI
think
know
the sphere
alien
could be
languages?
part of an autonomous alien surveillance system that
Exactly.
operates worldwide,
Exactly.
and they send them out to keep an eye on areas with significant human activity. They theorize that these may also just act as relays for larger devices that together form clusters that align in patterns similar to some microwave communication networks. A few researchers even believe this is, quote, "a coordinated, possibly non-human effort to monitor and perhaps influence human activity."
So wait, right? Let's think of this lot, in a realist sense. So Corey, yeah, if it was a gift to humans, why would it need to fly into power lines for us to get it? So, going on that, if it was a coordinated, possibly non-human effort to monitor and perhaps influence human activity, but it flies up and down between power lines, gets zapped by power lines, falls to the ground, gets discovered by farmers, and then gets AI decoded into utter nonsense. We shall continue.
But even with all these theories and findings out there, many just don't believe that the sphere is actually anything extraterrestrial at all. Many are under the impression that it's nothing more than a hoax made with balloons and video editing. Some skeptics believe that it's nothing more than a silver balloon taking off from the ground played in reverse. However, when examining the footage...
Oh my god, I never noticed that until he just said it. I did not notice that until he just said it.
Nothing more than a silver balloon taking off from the ground played in
It is.
reverse. However, when skeptics believe that it's nothing more than a silver balloon taking off from the ground played in reverse.
It is! No way! Right, hang on. I gotta find that actual footage. One sec, sorry. Buga Sphere. Buga Sphere falling to ground. Excuse me. I need to find that footage. Or was it only released by that Velez guy? Let me mute that because it's going to come up with AI bollocks, I think. So I think this is the footage. I want to find it. I've muted it because it's nonsense. Right, so I'm going to remove my big fat head from it.
The bull zigzag directions, hovering, accelerating, and suddenly changing direction. The video looks very convincing, which is rare nowadays when we get hundreds of new clips daily, most of which are obviously fake. Although we already know that something strange flies in the sky from
Was that the
spheres,
same clip then? I'm not
cigars,
sure.
drones, light phenomena, balloons, and other vehicles any villain would envy, this event wouldn't be special if another video hadn't appeared soon after. In it, a local resident from the same place allegedly finds the sphere in the forest. On the ground, he picks it up with his hands. Everything was filmed live, at the moment of finding the sphere in the forest. The sphere was then handed over to the well-known investigative journalist Jaime Maussan,
Okay.
former
never mind.
reporter for the 60 Minutes Mexico show, and supposedly some analysis was done. The sphere shows strange properties. Water evaporates from its surface.
I don't
but
care
the
about
orb
this
stays
part. I
cool.
just want to see it
Even when
fall
they tried
into
to
the
heat
ground.
it to 400 degrees Celsius, its temperature didn't change. It also changes weight. When they scanned it, nothing was found inside,
sake.
as if it were filled with the same material all the way through.
Buga Sphere falling to ground. One sec. I gotta find this clip. I know I'm going on tangents now, but you know. Bob Lazar just proved everything. Oh, fuck off. Such clickbait bollocks. I'm not going to find it, am I? So we'll just watch this one. But it absolutely does look like it's just a balloon floating up to the sky in reverse.
However, when examining the footage, you can see birds and cars appearing to be moving normally in the right direction.
Yeah, there, when it's in the air, yes. Yes, when it's in the air, yes.
This all means that the balloon and editing theory is unlikely, but not entirely impossible.
No. Because look, right?
Than a hoax made with balloons and video editing. Some skeptics believe that it's nothing more than a silver balloon taking off from the ground played in reverse. However, when examining the footage, you can see birds and cars appearing to be moving normally in the right direction.
Right, hang on, sorry, right. So I know maybe I'm reaching here, right? Maybe I am reaching. And it's highly possible that it is absolutely complete speculation by myself, right? So if the footage is reversed and it is a balloon rising to the sky,
Believe that it's nothing more than a silver balloon taking off from the ground played in reverse. However,
because when the person's filming it's always at the bottom. It's like she's trying to catch up with it.
some skeptics believe that it's nothing more than a silver balloon taking off from the
Like she's filming up, waiting for it to catch up, then filming up. I don't know. I could be absolutely just utter bollocks right there, but
ground
yeah.
played in reverse. However, when examining the footage, you can see birds and cars appearing to be moving normally in the right directions. This all means that the balloon and editing theory is unlikely, but not entirely impossible. But on the other hand, as many others have been able to make similar footage using CGI and posted very similar videos across social media platforms.
Again, the term CGI is a very broad spectrum. I hate it when people use that.
Hopefully at some point an expert can analyze this footage and tell us if the object we're seeing is actually physically there or not. But at this moment, we just don't know how real the original videos actually are. Although there are a few eyewitnesses in this case, no official reports were ever made to the Colombian government. In the local area of Buga, some do believe the sphere was an alien object, saying that there are many different unexplained phenomena that happen in that region. But other citizens think it's nothing more than a hoax, and some even joke about the spheres being real-life Dragon Balls. The belief that it was simply just a hoax is also shared by many, if not most people following the topic across the internet. And with this said, several suspicious details can be seen across multiple videos. Many point out that Velez, the co-owner of German company, really didn't seem like he was trying to distance himself or his company from the case in the slightest. Many think that it was actually the opposite, that this was all just an elaborate stunt to bring more attention to his metal detector company.
What? I don't believe it! Are you trying to tell me a company who makes stuff to detect paranormal things, or just a metal detector stuff, is trying to connect it? So look, my metal detector works on this freaking alien balls, yo.
In all but the original 2 videos, you always see either a German company banner or one of his employees wearing a similar shirt. They also seem to exaggerate their labs within the clips, with many wondering if a company that manufactures metal detectors would even have any equipment to
So is that German company, whatever the hell it's called, is it a real company? Or was that just his company? Right, hang on. I gotta check. German company, metal detector. So look. I still can't find that company. I still can't find it. German company, metal detector. He sells metal detectors, this guy. I don't want to put Buga Sphere in there because they will absolutely go to that same guy all the time, but I want to find the actual company. I still can't find it. Detector. Let's take out metal. I still can't find it. It's a bit annoying. I want to find this company, god damn it.
really analyze the object at all.
The
In
real
some
logo
footage,
is Germany Detectors. Right, hang on. Germany Detectors. Oh, detectors. Right, it's not that one. Oh, is that it? Germany Detector, is that it? I think that's it. Visual, one sec. God damn it, no. It's a fake company. I don't want to go to Amazon to bloody look. I want to go to the actual website. Oh, here we go. We got it. Translate. Right, so they are just metal detectors. Contact. Germany Ventus in Cali. Where's that? Cali. Hang on, is that Colombia? What's the Germany thing all about? Isn't that Colombia? Cali. It is. Oh, it is. What? No, I'm confused. Now we are down a rabbit hole. Blog. Oh, process of dowsing. Oh, dowsing. So it's that kind. Right. Okay. So it's that kind of detecting. Interesting. The YouTube link doesn't work. I'm not going to WhatsApp him. Oh my god, TikTok, here we go. I've got no audio. What does that say? Alright. Well, okay. Let's just finish this
We also
video.
see them wearing antibacterial suits while examining the sphere, but then later on we see an unsuited girl pouring water on it and touching it with her bare hands. Even during...
Maybe they could have also frozen the ball and put hot water onto it. Wouldn't that create the same effect? Maybe.
In the interview with Musan's team, Velez almost seemed to be attempting to advertise his products more than actually discuss the sphere. Skeptics think that it's more likely that this means it was all just a publicity stunt meant to drive up sales for German companies.
Probably.
I personally looked into the German company site, and I do have to say it does look a bit sketchy. The products they sell are extremely expensive and honestly look more like toys than actual metal detectors. Many of them are even described as dowsing devices, which raises some eyebrows.
Almost like other similar type well-known paranormal devices, detecting devices, overly priced toys. Sorry.
By itself.
I got way
Dowsing
too
is the practice of
sarcastic
using metal rods or other devices in order to find underground water, oil, or even treasures. But nowadays, it's widely believed just to be pseudoscience. On another note, just the fact that Musan now has the sphere in his possession causes a lot of people to dismiss the Colombian sphere entirely. Back in Velez's interview, he would claim that he didn't want to profit off the sphere and that's why he handed it over. But there are some obvious problems with this statement. For one, all of the advertisement he got from the publicity could be by itself pretty profitable.
Yeah, I don't want no publicity whatsoever, but I'm using my own detectors, which you can buy on my website right now to detect this this alien sphere. You can buy my detectors if you want. They're on my website. They're right there. Link below.
Pretty profitable. And many wonder why they would give it to Musan, a man who has made a lot of money by presenting similarly suspicious cases in the past. In the end, it seems that this case might just lean towards being
I want to find that
hoax
original
created
footage.
for the purpose of publicity. But it's really just impossible to know for sure until more information comes out. Either way, the video continues to grab the attention of thousands of UFO enthusiasts and skeptics each day, with even the slightest chance of the sphere being extraterrestrial in origin just too interesting of a topic to...
Right, that right there, that's stabilized footage, by the way. It's not... I'm sure it's the real footage, but that's stabilized. That's why it looks so calm and collected. It's probably not like that in the reaction footage.
Just too interesting of a topic to pass up. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to sub and like, as I really need all the support I can get.
Do you know what? I'm going to say go sub to this Zeta Files guy, because he's actually good at relaying the information. I'm going to sub to him right now, so everyone go sub to him. In fact, I'll put his link in the chat, because we watched this video, and he's a pretty cool guy, I must say. He's got crazy hair, mate. But yeah, everyone go sub to him. Zeta Files. There you go. He's only got 14 subs. Go give him a sub. So yeah, what do we think? Do we think it's 100% real? I say yes. I still want to see that bloody original footage. Buga Sphere. Original footage. I'm not hating his hair, mama. So I was really joking. Ooh. Full video. So look, we got the full video here.
¿Qué carajos? Y un globo no es. Eso se ve como algo extraño. O sea.
That is odd. That is odd.
Eso se ve como algo extraño. O sea.
Oh, what was that? Oh, something really weird. Sorry. 1 sec. 1 second. Something very odd going on there, but it could be a low quality camera. It could be warping effects from a low camera artifact, and it could be. Could be. So, don't worry.
No, es súper rápido. Es una pelota, no es, ni un globo. Un globo no es. Eso es otra cosa. Y estamos acercando.
I wish people would learn to film something properly.
Se alcanza a ver.
I don't know what the hell the audio is in the background, but I'm going to mute this to made in. Have we seen it actually go behind anything? Because I wanted to see go behind like a tree or something, so we can get a sense of scale to it when it's in the air. But it doesn't, does it? Does it go behind anything? Now play it backwards, see if the audio's unscrambled. Oh, it's this fucking guy again. I just want to see the bloody footage. Is that the same footage? Hang on now. Wait 1 second. So that looks like it's a skyscraper or city block, whatever. So they're in the city filming this now. I thought it was just one woman filming it. I saw movement right there. Right there. That movement right there. Now, again, this is just pure speculation on my behalf. If you want to animate something in Premiere or After Effects, you create a spline. If you want it to like fly around or curve, you draw out a line, basically, a spline they call it. You draw out a line of where you want that object in After Effects or Premiere Pro to go when you're keyframing it. And that right there, that part right there, looks like they didn't curve the spine at the bottom. Or it's an extremely fast moving object, which can change direction on an instant. But again, I'm not 100% on that. But that's what it looks like, right there. Interesting. Oh, right, it's going behind stuff here. Right, you know. I mean, it's in the distance, though. I would want it a bit closer to the stuff. Yeah, so many different clips and different locations, Simon. When they literally said, shit, only one woman filmed it, and then the next day or something, farmers found it in the forest or jungle, whatever, in the shrubbery. Looks like it's swinging on something. I did think as one point as well, was it just a really small marble in front of the camera being dangled? I don't know. Because at one point it did look like it was in the distance. Oh. Right, that's sus right there. I know it fades into a different clip, I know. But it's hovering there, and then just as it fades out, it shoots off. But you never once see it do that in any of the other clips. Almost like they stopped the animation before it went to the next clip. I'm just thinking in an animated sense now. I'm probably just looking too much into it. They make controllable balloons like, haven't you seen those? Kathleen, I have. Yeah. I think we said in the beginning it's probably like a drone dressed up. But yeah, I'm sure the story was there was one woman filming it. And, you know, unless she filmed it at one point, sprinted to the middle of the city, filmed it upwards, and sprinted to a different part and filmed it again. I'm going to call slightly bollocks on that story of just the woman filming it at first myself. But yeah, that whole flying thing just looks... I'm not going to watch it too long now because it's just, you know, whatever. It just looks sus as hell, the way it's flying about. This part in particular. Because it's like bouncing. But I wish... Hang on. This is a reach. Is that a fishing rod? I think it's like a twig or a branch or something. It does look like a yoga ball, Chris. It does. Now the thing is, right. Oh no, one sec. There's a lot of rewind in here. Right. That right there is in front of the bush, whatever that is, or treetop, right? Which, right, so, that is in front of the bush there. The one before. Sorry, I will end this now. It's just my little brain trying to work stuff out. It's in front of the bush right there, right? It's not behind the bush, it's in front of it. Or like in it. In the bush. Almost. Then it goes up. Then it goes down. And you see the floor. The grassy knoll right there. So that bush, at a guess, is about 20-30 feet away. But if that's the case, that ball in the air right there is way bigger than the one they're handling when it's on the floor. Or am I just seeing shit? That ball is way bigger. We're guessing distances here, just judging on the shrubbery. You know, but if it's as far away as it looks, That ball is way bigger than the one they're handling. It is hard to tell. I agree. It is definitely hard to tell, but I mean, unless she was standing like 5 feet away, but she didn't look like she was standing. The person filming I'm talking about didn't look like she's standing 5 feet away. She looks like a lot further away. That ball in the air looks way bigger than what they're handling on the floor. And there, now that is clearly in the distance, right? So I will stop this now because let's just go on and on and on and on. So that is clearly in the distance. But there's no, that ball right there in the distance should be that bloody big. That big, if we're going on distances, that ball right there should be about that big. But the one they're handling on the ground is about that big. It's bloody massive. I don't think the sizes add up myself. It looks bigger in the air. Honestly, that right. We're to assume now where she's filming from that is almost in the middle of that valley. And if that's the case, yeah, the size does not add up. That is massive in the sky. That's huge. Look, right, you can't tell the exact distance, but you can tell just by the trees in the distance right there. And the way she is filming at the flat horizon, not up in the air like that. If it was close to her, she'd be up like that. She's not. She's filming in the distance. That ball is massive. That ball is pretty far away, but it is bloody massive. That is not the same size ball as they have in their hands when it's on the floor. It has the ability to shrink and grow. Oh, there you go. That explains it then. It's highly suspicious, this footage, for many reasons. Sometimes it does look like it's floating there. Other times it doesn't. So what do we think? What do we think of the Buga Sphere? Do you think it could be real? Do you think it could be something to it? Or do you think it's all just at the bollocks? Excuse me. What do we think? Is still the same video ad? Celtic Queen, yes. Helium inflated football shot out of a ball launcher. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Bloody hiccups all of a sudden. Fake at the box. I mean, feel free to say if you think it's real, We're not going to slam you for it, by the way. If you think it's real, we're not going to say, oh, you're so fucking stupid. I welcome all opinions, trust me. My opinion is highly suspicious, and the whole thing with the German company, the detectors, I think it's a bit nefarious. And the entire object, to me, looks like it's completely man-made, machine-tooled bit of metal with messy engraving. And some of the parts in the flying sections, one part especially looks like an animated spline, but you know, I'm 50-50 on that. But the biggest thing for me, not the biggest thing, but one of them, is the size of the ball in the air looks way bigger than when it's on the floor. I have a thing about balls. The one dude is a red flag, the one with the mummies, yeah, Black Dude Medusa. I think that's another really big bloody red flag with that entire thing. Is that guy's been debunked so many times. It's just a German company ads and a sad indictment of people's continuing inability to think. I'll slam them. Yeah. I'm sold. I'm gonna go buy $50,000 in detectors. There you go. His plan worked. I think they have a real man-made metal ball. Me too, Corey. Me too. Do a poll. I don't know how to do a poll on these, to be honest with you. I don't know how to do it, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would. I'm sure I'd done one before. I can't remember. Anyway. Oh, shit. What did I just click? Oh, I've clicked something I've never done before. How do I get out of it? I don't know how to get out of it. Shit. Oh, there you go. Bloody hell. Yeah, I have no idea how to do a poll, but anyway. For next time. I had a huge shadow go across my yard a couple of days ago with nothing overhead, zero wind. Interesting. Advanced tech that's still stupid enough to hit easily detectable power lines, exactly. Big red button and the news go off. Even a Google search says there are a lack of reputable sources for the whole thing. It's a social media post. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's not just Mouseman. Greer is on. Greer, I can't remember his name now. Yeah. Hit the ad icon and then click create. The hell is the ad icon? Oh, saying I'm looking. It don't matter. I'll do it next time. But I'm looking at the wrong part. That's what it is. No need to vote. It's real. Thank you, Ghost Wiener. There you go. Publicity stunts. Really fake. An RC ball. Utter bollocks. Did they get footage of it flying into the power lines? Weirdly enough, Ellie, they didn't. They didn't. Weirdly enough. They just had the filming of it flying about. Then filming it. Then it cuts to a different part of it flying about. And then cuts to it falling to the ground. Weird, huh? Nothing to do with Germany. No! It's crazy. It's in bloody Colombia. An alien artifact comes to Earth with an important message and doesn't go to the United Nations, but goes to a small town in Central America. Isn't that how most alien movies work, though? They don't go to the, the central governments. They just go somewhere else where nobody finds it for 50 years. It's one of those spheres from Phantasm. Nice. I used to love those songs. Supposedly some mountain hikers claim to see a man trying to save them. Save who? The spheres. I was waiting for the tall man to show up. Freaky. Right. So yeah. I think that was an interesting look into the Buga Sphere. Not the Buga Sphere. The Buga Sphere. The hikers have been saved. I have no idea. But anyway. That was pretty cool. Is it interesting? I think we might have discovered more things about ourselves today. Don't do fake shit on YouTube because you'll get found out, basically. In the air, it looks like at least the size of a large Milo balloon, and on the ground, it's the size of a bowling ball. Exactly, Foggy Bonnet. Exactly what I was saying. But anyway, I'm going to wave out. I very much enjoyed. I need to eat. No. I hope you enjoyed, because I enjoyed. Did we discover the secrets of the universe? I don't think we did. Not today, anyway. Not today, at least. But maybe one day. Very soon. Possibly tomorrow. Spand, you better be waving back, and I hope everyone else is waving back, because I don't wave for nothing, you know. I'm waving for a reason. I want you all to wave back right now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. I usually say that at the end of videos. I never say that in live streams, so I forget what I said. Thank you for the gifted. Thank you for the memberships. Very much appreciated. I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.